I was feeling like malaise, and I decided to rewatch all the Jackass movies.
That's weird.
Which has weirded me out that you started talking about Johnny Knoxville earlier.
Did you just mix malaise and lazy? Good job.
Well, no.
All right.
But because malaise-ish, you know?
Yeah.
But, man, that third one's sad. Yeah,
the story goes places by the
have you seen all of them, Matt?
I'm not sure if I've seen 3.
Okay, the reason why I say 3 is sad is because they're old,
tired, and still doing it.
So that's a factor. So you know how Johnny always gets hit by a bull? Mm-hmm. Always, for some reason, whether it be Butterbean or a real bull.
Right.
He gets hit by a bull in 3, and it takes him, like, way longer to, like, walk it off, and he's not laughing. Mm-hmm. And it's sad. Mm-hmm. And a friend of mine, 2 different friend of mine talking about this in separate occasions told me the same story, so I'm pretty sure it's on point. The reason why it's so old and sad and why they look so much more scared than the other ones, and they're kind of miserable, is because Steve-O recently got out of rehab, and they're all sober on set in solidarity.
Yeah.
So, unlike the first 2 Jackasses,
where everyone's loaded up,
everyone's real loaded up. Everyone is stone sober on the set of 3, which is why they're all terrified.
And like when you're that loaded up, you basically have super armor.
Oh yeah.
Like
the bull hit me.
Like you lose the damage.
Yeah.
But you continue your action.
Yeah.
You know, like the bull won't stop.
Keep walking forward.
Exactly. The bull won't stop your attack startup.
And it's just like, man, they're in their like late 30s. I think Johnny's like 40, and it's just like, oh my God.
They should have waited. Like they should have delayed filming until they could get drunk, or Steve-O would be fine.
All I remember is, I think it might have been a part of 3, but like I was meeting the girlfriend's folks and with the family, and like her brother decided to like pop on one of the movies, and I think it was 3.
Great family movie.
And we were enjoying it and all having a good time and laughing, and I was like, this is weird, but whatever, it's kind of loose.
Yeah.
Until the volcano. And I'm like, oh, I'm watching a man shit all over his own ass.
That's correct.
With a family right now.
Well, that's how you know the bond is complete.
And yeah, the confidant level went up.
Those things bring you together.
Yep, they trust me. So that's where it got real. Like, okay, all right, maybe we need to move on.
I don't think I've seen this one because I don't remember anything about a volcano.
It's a train going around a little choo-choo station, like Thomas the Tank Engine style.
Yeah. And then you see a little hill
with like grass growing on it, little trees. Yeah. And then eventually, like, you hear dramatic music, and then the volcano erupts, and it turns out that the mountain
is Dave England's asshole.
Okay.
And the eruption was actual shit.
I have not
just a big poop flying into the air.
Okay. And I don't know if like,
I wonder if that's in the game.
Was there any other like stunt that was just like full on, just here's a close up of shit?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Then I guess running down the street while shitting was a thing.
The one there's a Jackass 1 bit where there's a tiny little bathroom model set, and then just a big huge shit
drops into,
and then there's the one where it's fucking taking a shit in the hardware store.
Yeah. That I remember.
Okay, you're super...
dude,
I forgot.
Jackass 2 has the worst one, which is eat this horse semen.
Yeah, but even then, that still goes into weird Fear Factor territory.
That's a weird line you're drawing here.
I don't know. I just...
Wooly has his likes and dislikes.
Yeah.
Let's just leave it at that. Likes horse semen, doesn't like shit.
I don't know why this reminded me of something in P5, but there was one thing I didn't want to say about it. Yeah, I know. You know how Psy is like, clearly somebody had to help you with this? Some of those are flimsy as shit.
Oh, very much so.
Some of those are, like, hilarious.
Insanely loose. Like, oh, really? You're just going to take... What about, like, are you assuming... That's the one thing I'm getting out of this, is every time it pops back to you create a new confidant, and it pops back to the present, and they're like, oh, you couldn't... It's like, so what do you think he's capable of on his own? Do you think that this main character can do anything for himself? Because so far...
Okay, listen, you don't believe in magic, but...
But it's like it seems like you've been eating breakfast every day. Clearly, someone's been feeding you.
You could never have lived on your own,
you know. And then you give an answer that's like ... It's just like, okay, come on.
So the ones that
what if I'm just good at that thing?
So the ones that are really funny is that, like, she makes the assumption, and she's right because it's about an S-link, but her assumption is completely wrong. Like the politician.
Right.
Like, her assumption is dead wrong. It has nothing to do with anything.
But just the fact that it's like, oh, you're really good at speaking. Like, what the fuck?
Like, there's one.
What if I'm just good?
The one for the fortune teller is like, you couldn't have possibly gotten all this way on luck alone. It's like, shut up. Shut up.
No, those are getting silly.
Lots of people can be lucky.
Those are getting silly
to get them by.
But anyway, all of the Jackass, huh?
All of it.
1.5,
2.5, and 3.5 are also like fucking sad because it's a bunch of bits that went nowhere because they fucked up, or they were too terrified, or they were like bawling their eyes out.
Yeah, we can't use this.
Like, there's one, like, Preston's apparently really terrified of heights. I did not know that. And so he has to stand on a porta potty, and he's like shaking so hard, and he's like bawling his eyes out on top of the porta potty. And they're like, okay, well, we couldn't do the bit. Sucks. And then they go the next day, and a bunch of drugs later, and it's the bit, and the bit is terrible. And it's like,
he's standing on top of a normal height.
He's standing on top of a porta potty, dressed, painted as King Kong, and Wee Man's got in a little dress, and they're flying model airplanes at him. But like, the bit is like not like, it's not good, but also like, I just saw him like run away from the Jackass set and cry over this bit. Also, I like it when bad things happen to Bam.
Did you watch any of the? As I'm sure you would. A lot of people do.
Well, all you need to do is look at him, what he looks like today, and you'll feel happy, I guess.
Oh, did he melt?
Yeah.
Well, hold on now, because either Tony wins or Bam wins.
Yes.
Which timeline are we on?
I think right now we're on Tony winning.
Because is there a possibility that they both lost? Because
that's possible.
Tony doing the 900 for the last time is a really sad state of affairs.
But he did it. What has Bam done? If he's done stuff, I'm not aware of it.
I mean, made a lot of money on his extra shows and
when was his last show?
I have no idea, but I know.
Yeah, but he was.
Don't they have stuff like Wild Boys?
No.
I don't think that's happening.
Okay, so Bam isn't part of Wild Boys anyway, but also Bam was enough to buy multiple Lamborghinis because they kept destroying them.
Gotcha.
I'm sure they're fine.
They're probably fine.
And what about those movies? Like, did you include like Bad Grandpa and all that stuff?
Bad Grandpa is not a.
Yes, it is.
Jackass movie.
Yes, it is.
Wait, what?
It's not called Jackass, but it's the exact
it's a Dig House production?
Yeah.
And it's improv.
And it's all improv.
In front of real people. In a very Borat kind of way.
the entire movie.
He's dressed up.
I'm thinking of Bad Santa.
No.
Bad Grandpa.
Not Bad Santa.
Grandpa. Grab Bampaw is about Johnny Knoxville dressed up as an old man. Grab Bampaw.
He's
with a little kid.
Yes.
And they go on various misadventures with no script. So it's a, hey kid, get this prostitute over next to me, and then everyone's like, oh my, oh word.
And it's like happening in a Borat kind of way where it's like real reactions in public or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's technically part of the series.
I think getting sober might have killed Jackass.
That's it's part of the Jackass cinematic universe at the very least.
And at the same time, not getting sober would have killed Jackass too.
So a couple of them.
And anyway. I'm pretty sure there's a Grad Bampaw 2.5 or 1.5. I'm sure there's another one.
You know.
What?
I don't know, man. I'm just thinking there's a path that could have happened.
Well, look, there's the point where you're watching these and you're like, okay, so we're just going to keep going until someone dies. And then it's like,
someone did.
And then we're going to keep going after that. And it's like,
well, do
we need a full party wipe before we actually stop here?
I remember I watched one episode of Wild Boys and I couldn't handle it because Wild Boys was Steve-O and Pontius like actively risking their lives.
Fucking with animals, yeah.
Like just grabbing a rhino's dick.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
seeing what happens.
You know, a rhino's like a pretty severe upgrade from a bull, huh, Steve-O?
Mm-hmm.
You're aware? No?
And there's more than enough like cell phone footage of tigers and fucking monkeys and all kinds of animals just going to town on people.
There's enough warning.
There's enough Wild Boys out live on the internet for us.
There's enough going on to let you know that maybe this is not the best idea.
But yeah, that's pretty much. I putzed around, played Nier and Persona, which is super good. It's super long. What'd you think about that? Huh? Wow. I fucked that sentence up. I meant, who'd have thought? That's what I meant.
Wow, that was a complete failure. But
listen, man,
you've conveyed the basics.
I'm not a perfect man
of CQC.
I've never said I was a perfect man.
Cut to multiple videos where you're like, I'm a perfect man.
I am a god.
Crazy talk activate.